Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Arnold on Blue-Red Delver versus Dean on Cephalid Breakfast. Dean actually borrowing this physical list from me here. His Nomad and Core getting dazed on the first turn. Arnold with an ideal lead of Delver and Daze wastelanding that first land drop. The only thing he could ask for here is if that Delver would have flipped. Ponder for Dean, looking to set up a combo kill down the line. Not likely going to win a battle on board versus Delver, though the Stoneforge package is a possibility. Chain Lightning. Flipping that Delver, and yet another Delver adds to the board. And while Arnold's hand light on Permission, looks like he does have the Volcanic for the Chain Lightning. Dean adds a Flooded Strand to the mix. He's able to fetch. This deck running a couple of basics, Basic Plains and Basic Force. Not sure if I had the Basic Plains in there at the time. This Underground Sea, only for Limdul's Vault for the most part. And now Stoneforge Mystic. And we'll see what this grabs, if he gets the Shuko or if he goes with the Batterskull plan. Batterskull could be a real problem for Arnold's side of the board. But not if he Chain Lightnings this Stoneforge. He's got real decisions to make. He's going to Brainstorm in response to the Delver trigger. And this is going to be very interesting. So he's got his Delvers flipping. Arnold's really committing to the board. And let's see if he Chain Lightnings this Stoneforge. Nope, he goes ahead and Wastelands yet another land. Shuko being cast. Equips to Stoneforge. Ponder. And it's an interesting Ponder. I suppose he's looking for Force backup. It does open him up to Daze. He finds Force of Negation, but that won't actually protect him if Dean does have a counterspell. He's going to go ahead and force, pitching Narcomoeba. And now Dean down to 2. He's got an opening here. And he does not find what he needs there. Another land and a Cephalid Illusionist would have actually been game over. Dean going to the sideboard. Likely going to go with the kind of, I don't want to call it a transformation. It's a bit of a swerve, though. 4 Swords to Plowshares, along with some added board presence. There's a Lingering Soul still in there, and Umezawa's Jite. And there's just a lot of things to contend with for a blue-red Delver player. Lingering Souls with Shuko means every single token can trade with a Delver. It's actually a bit of a pain to deal with. We'll see if Arnold has Forked Lightning or some efficient way of handling those 1/1s, if that comes to be. Arnold may find that Force of Negation not a particularly exciting card in this matchup. And on the draw, looks like he's going to be walking away from Dazes. A not uncommon tactic. Cephalid Breakfast back on the menu thanks to the printing of Thassa's Oracle, a card that addresses the real core problem of the deck, is that it used to have to run a bunch of hot garbage. Now the bad cards in the deck are essentially Narcomoeba, Cabal Therapy, Dread Return. I mean, I guess the combo's actually bad too. But it does come together, and the cards that are actually part of the combo that you're happy to draw, like Nomad and Core and Cephalid Illusionist. Sure, they're not great on their own, but they are part of the combo. And there's just many dead cards that have been eliminated. Ponder for Dean. Finding that basic island. And a Delver of Secrets again for Arnold. This list I've continued to tinker with, most recently adding in that basic Plains. Oh good, I actually did get that in there for this tournament. Wasn't sure if I had made that adjustment yet, so hopefully Dean going to be able to do his thing without the mana base being a linchpin, as it was a little bit last game. I mean, he was really stuck on one land there at the end. Dean thinking this through. If he's got the Illusionist and Arnold doesn't have a response, this will be a wrap. And this Dreadhorde Arcanist kind of makes you want to just go for it. It could get out of hand really fast. Dean fetching. Cards that I've tested that I'm not currently playing include Veil of Summer and Once Upon a Time. Cabal Therapy being fired off at Arnold. And the shields are down. Cephalid Illusionist, and we're going to see this. It's really happening. Here we go. Shuko hooking it up. 3 cards at a time. We're going to keep doing that until the entire deck is in the graveyard. This one is going to be going to Dean. It's just a question if Arnold's going to want to make him go through it or if he's going to want to keep the time on the clock. It's been a couple of quick games, so I'd imagine he's going to want to gain as much information as he can. A list that he's likely unfamiliar with, unless he's a big fan of the channel. We've got Narcomoeba entering the battlefield, doing these 3 at a time. Additional Cabal therapies. So right now there's a couple of therapies along with that Dread return. Thassa's Oracle's about to get Dread returned back. With no cards left in the library. Even if Arnold had a response like a Braid or Lightning Bolt to kill the Thassa's Oracle, simply wouldn't matter. There's no cards left in the graveyard. What a absolute transformation from the previous builds. Thassa's Oracle just so much better. Also way better versus Graveyard Hate, to the point where I'm actually not sure what I want to be doing with the sideboard. It's possible that I'm going to end up playing more copies of Thassa's Oracle in the sideboard and just hope to draw the card versus Graveyard Hate. If they do have like a Leyline out, you can actually just Thassa's Oracle after exiling your entire deck if you have it in hand. So that might actually be totally fine. She's really not that bad. And, you know, she scries. She helps pull the combo together. It's a very interesting deck. Not the easiest thing in the world to play against. The pivot toward the Stoneforge package can be very severe. A lot of the times people have a bunch of Graveyard Hate, especially games where you turn 2 somebody. You go turn 1, Nomad and Core or Shuko, and then turn 2, just jam a Cephalid Illusionist with Force or Daze backup. I'll tell you, people always bring in Graveyard Hate against you there. They feel absolutely shook getting wrecked by a really janky combo, and they're going to lean on their sideboard to try and prevent those feel bads from happening again, and that's where you can pivot over to beating them down with Stoneforge Mystic. And yeah, it just makes their heads spin. I mean, it really just comes at you from all these different directions. The Cabal Therapy, as we saw, an additional piece of disruption that can really be devastating. Dean mulling. Arnold's got a Force of Will. Does feel bad to Force of Will pretty much any card in this deck, but Cavern of Souls is going to make that even harder. So we've got Nomad and Core. That guy eats a Lightning Bolt, though. Another Volcanic. And now Dreadhorde Arcanist. That is going to be pretty difficult to commit to the board here. Stoneforge Mystic grabbing Batterskull. I don't know if I love this line. I think this Lightning Bolt is just going to be able to easily clear the Stoneforge. We've got a Delver. He's going to need another Stoneforge to make this Batterskull useful. Tundra. Some of the interesting slots in the deck right now include Limdul's Vault and Mother of Runes, which may or may not be part of the final iteration of this deck. He does, in fact, have the other Stoneforge. And Arnold is actually going to brainstorm in response to that. Knows he can strand a Batterskull in hand with the Force of Will, though he does have a Lightning Bolt. So he's... Oh, and he's got the Daze. That's a fairly easy decision there. Able to Daze, being back on the play, bringing those Dazes back in. And now Delver of Secrets teaming up, piling on some card advantage with this Dreadhorde Arcanist. The real workhorse in this blue-red Delver build, which previously forewent a lot of the more powerful effects. Going into just two colors, you didn't have as much kind of broken stuff to do. And now, is that a Grafdigger's Cage? Interesting. As I was talking about Dreadhorde being able to really do some heavy lifting, Arnold may be voluntarily shutting his own Arcanist down. Mother of Runes. And Dean's going to need to get Thassa's Oracle into his hand. Now that this Grafdigger's Cage is on board, but if he's able to do that, this could actually be really bad for Arnold. Now, Delver flipping does mean Dean's going to have to pull this over very quickly. Can't be keeping anything less than victory on top. Seven damage. He's got one turn. Lightning Bolt clears the Mom. And force blue card. So Dean's going to need the combo. It's not really possible from here. I don't think. Cephalid Illusionist, that gets forced. And that's going to do it. He would have needed an awful lot there. Delver making sure that can't come together. We would have needed the combo and the Thassa's Oracle from hand. Not possible with just 3 mana. So Delver doing Delver things. I think we'll be seeing some more of Arnold in this event as he's undefeated so far. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.